Okay, so if... What?
I was gonna say, you like making people who don't know what they're doing build stuff for you?
Yeah, we'll make it an adventure where you don't know what's up. So we're gonna have his new computer. In case you don't remember, during the summer, we made a video where I talked about his computer, and it had an old Antec 900 case, the big 750 watt power supply. But that video not only was that video unpopular, it was also not very great. So this time we have a much better build, much better quality, his new camera and all that, and we have much better components. So I'm going to run through all the components real quick. For the case, we have the RVZ02. My last two videos were all about the Silverstone RVZ02. You can check those out, I guess, up in the cards. For the motherboard, we have the MSI Z87I Gaming motherboard, which is, I got it on eBay, used. It didn't come with an I/O shield, but it'd be perfect to fit his i5 4690 3.5 GHz quad core turbos to 3.8 GHz processor, and 8 GB of G-Skill Ripjaw's RAM, 1600 MHz, MSI GTX 660, and a 450 watt Silverstone SFX power supply that is 80 plus bronze. And lastly, a 1 TB HDSD hard drive. We're going to work with the motherboard. We're going to install the processor, the RAM, and the cooler, and then we'll start installing stuff into the case. Now grab your processor by the edges. Your processor.
I don't know that. This thing?
Your warmer. You're much warmer.
That.
Yes. Now lift the retention arm. Yep, you know this part, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And find the triangle on the board, and find the triangle on the processor. So you see the board, there's usually a little tiny dot to indicate, or a little triangle or dot to indicate where the triangle on the corner. First of all on the processor.
I see the triangle on the corner.
Okay, now align that with the indicator on the board somewhere where it indicates where the first pin is. Any kind of indicator.
None that I can see yet. Oh.
It should fall right in. Right, yep, okay, you got that. Next, close it. Make sure to put the retention arm over the bolt on the bottom. Just like that, yep. And then close it down. Let's do the cooler first, because I don't know exactly what the clearance issues would be with the RAM. So next, grab the cooler in the box. The blue box. The blue box. That one, yes. And then lay it upside down on the fan to expose the copper on the bottom. Just lay it down. So we're going to need to now install the brackets and stuff. So grab the manual that you threw out and open that up, and I'll kind of point to you what you're supposed to do. You see that up there in the pictures, in your pictures? Intel and AMD. Okay, find the Intel one, and you see the brackets they're using? Find the brackets in the box. They're like the C-shaped brackets.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. That's all you're going to need from there, other than the thermal paste. Nah, let's use the Arctic Silver, so don't worry about the thermal paste. Move the box aside now. It's fine.
What are you going to do about the straight brackets?
Yeah, it's for different kinds of processors, the AMD ones. Pretty much the very middle of the...
Right there?
Yeah, the middle of the bracket. Yeah, just right there. Right, I got mine. See if the camera got that. Yep. Just like that. Side. So yeah, hold it like a syringe, like you're gonna inject somebody with the H1N1.
Something I have a lot of skill with.
Yep, all the time. Next we're gonna need to plug in the fan header, which is super easy. So on the other side, you grab this fan header, find the one that says CPU fan, plug into that. There's 4 pins. First one I want to use a CPU fan. You see how it's oriented, so it only goes one way. You know how to do that, right? So see if it'll go into the first slot. Right here. No. PCI Express. Okay, yeah, that's the RAM slots. So first open the closest one to the heatsink. But yeah, first slot, so it is upgradable to 16 or even 32 gigs of RAM. That's fine, you probably won't even upgrade again in the system's lifetime. Just can go in right here. Right there. Yeah, this side facing out the back.
Oh.
This is the back side.
I was looking at that.
plug in the power supply. Just turn the power supply from bottom right, top left, bottom left. Just the power supply's in. We actually need one more thing right here. There's two little holes right here inside, and those holes will be accompanied by this thing. And this goes right over the power supply right here, just like this side is. And now it wants you to plug in the power supply. So to do that, we're going to, so it's plugged in through here. And now the actual plug-in is in the back here. So this is what you'll plug into the wall from actually over here. Let's just do motherboard next, is screw manuals, all right? And the I/O, this stuff goes out the back. So just watch that. It like goes out the back, so you angle it. Yeah, you angle it that way. And it should lay down on the standoffs. There's standoffs all over the place that it lays onto. So there's supposed to be an I/O shield, so it should just lay right in here next to these screws, which I will take care of. Is building isn't that difficult.
Oh, you're doing 95% of it, so no.
Really itchy when people aren't screwing stuff in fast enough, because that's not the point of stuff, you know? Screwing should happen really quickly, just like a rabbit. Screw like a rabbit, Matthew. Okay, HD audio is just gonna... Now also, these things are really difficult to plug in. The orange LED might not light up in the front, is it alright?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because this thing kind of broke off, remember? Thing broke off, so
that's fine, that don't bother me.
Actually, let's go ahead and install the front I/O stuff for the motherboard. Reset switch, the power switch. Yeah, they're not labeled right now. Usually in some builds they are, or in some motherboards they're labeled. How can you tell what's what then? I forget. I can't really, but I'm just guessing. Making strong guesses. Because I did do this before.
Does it particularly matter since they all look like they connect to the same thing?
Stuff like this does matter, but I mean it's not gonna hurt the computer if you get it wrong. Also, there's a manual online if I need to check that. It's like not working. But like one's reset switch, one's power switch. This is not the hard drive LED, so this will flash and stuff when there's stuff going on with the hard drive. So hard drive is a bit tricky because I kind of made this myself. Well, actually kind of my dad, but had the idea. So hard drive will sit right here. Just like this, and it'll screw in from the back. Screws.
Firmly grasp it.
I've been saying firmly grasp a lot in the last week, so that's a real coincidence. Okay, hard drive's in. So that's where your hard drive will sit, upright like that. Kind of a good mod, if I do say so myself, because it's supposed to be another SSD slot like this, or 2.5-inch drive. Next, we'll do the graphics card, probably my favorite part. So what we're going to need to do... Okay, so you know how to begin this, Matthew. Grab your graphics card, your graphics processing unit, GPU. And you're going to need a riser, which is right here. So you need to...
Oh, I've already figured out where to put it.
Yeah, you need a riser though on it to be able to install it right there. Yep, just like that. And it goes right in there. Make sure it goes, outside like that. It drops right in. Push it down if you need to. Let me see. Yeah, it's in there, yep. Alright, cool. There's 5 SATA up here. 5 slots that it'll go into. We'll find number 1, which I assume is the first one. And then this SATA, which is the powers it. So you only need 1, which will go right in here, so the rest of it can kind of be like held or tied down. Right, and the last thing, very last thing, is the GPU power. Last thing is to close it up. It is really done. So first we're gonna do this side. So I'll find a side, which I think is top side. Projecting. You queer.
Please, I'm not gay. I'm just fabulous.
And this is where a CD drive would go if you
had one.
Yeah, if you had a slim one. I think I saw one for like $20, but still, like, do you need one?
I don't think so.